Hi, welcome to another Mental Health Minute from Logos Counseling. I'm Dr. Nina Ruiz-Storia, and joining me today is our special guest, Todd Baker. He is the founder and the director of Logos Counseling, which he established over 15 years ago. It's awesome. Great. So today now we're going to talk about what do you do when your arguments get so heated and you're really upset and you don't know what to do and you can't communicate the basic tools that we communicated in an earlier video. Well, number one, I will tell you, and this is something my husband and I do as well, is if it gets too heated, we know ahead of time that if my husband, for example, gets really upset, that he will walk out of the room and say, you know what, I cannot talk about this right now. I need to take a break for myself. And I have to respect that, because if I push him to talk about something that he's already so upset about, he's going to say things that he doesn't want to say, and I may say things, and it won't be a healthy argument. So really respect that person when they need a timeout and walk out.
They'll walk away. Works every time. That's right. There's also touch time. I like to encourage the clients that I'm working with that it's very difficult to argue whenever you're physically touching someone. Yeah. Now that does not include abuse. If you're in an abusive relationship, you need to seek help immediately. Okay. Yeah. This is in a typically healthy relationship whenever they're just simply arguing about something and they can't seem to break through that emotional barrier. What I'll have my clients do is simply sit with their knees together, and I'll have them lean in and hold hands and try to discuss the issue the best they can in that manner. The other thing is if that doesn't seem to help and things continue to get worse, I'll have them do what I call an argument journal. Now this is a very unique journal. It's not your typical journal that we typically do with mental health. What I'll have someone do is whoever has the biggest issue, okay, whoever's bringing the issue to the table, yes, I'll have them write it out in a journal. Just write it out, just anything they want to say, no holds barred, okay. But here's the rule for the argument journal. Then they have to take it, hide it, and put it away overnight. In other words, they have to sleep on it, all right. Interesting. Then they go back to it, and I want them to try to revise their original letter to their spouse or to their partner, and remove as much of what I call the fluff, the emotion as possible, to leave what's the real issue here. Then they give it to the other person reads and responds, and then follows the same rules. They put it aside overnight, go back and try to revise it and remove a lot of the fluff, and then give it back to the spouse. And this will continue until they've either come to some sort of a conclusion, whether that be they agree upon it, or whether they simply agree to disagree, and that's okay too. But it's getting the issue out there.
I love that because it's getting it down on paper, so it lets it out, and they can read it on their own time when they're calmer and receive it better. So that, and I love that touching part when they hold hands, because when you become physical with your spouse, things do seem to just be better right away.
That's right.
And you found it effective in your practice. So these are some great tips. We hope that you use them and they're helpful to you. We'd love to hear feedback from you. You can visit logoscounseling.com to set up an appointment or to learn more about us and what we can do for you. Thank you so much for watching another Mental Health Minute.